Okay, good morning children, very good morning. Okay, we're going to look at another type of remainder concept, fractions word problems. I call it the remainder concept too. This is another type of remainder concept that I need you to learn as well. But the method is the same. Whenever you see remainder, you use the branch method. Right, let's look at one question. Calvin sold 114 storybooks on Monday. Right, I highlight the whole thing, 114 storybooks. Now take note, it doesn't start off with a fraction. It starts with a number, 114. And 3/4 of the remainder on Tuesday. Right, now as I mentioned before, whenever you see the word remainder with a fraction, you're going to use the branch method. Okay, so remainder is the keyword. Make sure that you also see a fraction here. So now let me show you how the branch can be started off with just this information that we have. We are talking about storybooks. Okay, I'm going to get yes. So now he sold 114 on Monday. Now this is a number, not a fraction, so we need to be careful. What happens if we are just given a number instead of a fraction? We cannot put any fraction here, right? So what I normally do is, if I don't see a fraction here, I write remainder. Here I don't see a fraction, okay? So this one is only for when you don't see a fraction, you just write the word remainder, don't worry. After that, everything will be smooth. Now what happens next? According to your question, 3/4 of the remainder on Tuesday was sold. So I'm going to actually branch out again from the remainder. Now this remainder got no fraction. I'm going to branch out again, and I know that this is three-quarter, right? As I told you before, now we have a fraction. If this is 3/4, then what we do is this one will be one-quarter, since we now know that, hey, there's a fraction here and there's a fraction here. Branch method, I know that these two must always add up to one whole. But here and here, I don't have a fraction, so I just leave it as remainder. So what do we do next? Here will be Tuesday. And what will this be? Let's read on. After that, did he sell anything? No, so this got to be what he had left. Now, look here. This is not a fraction. This is the word remainder. So since you see the word remainder here, you can't put a times symbol here. You know, when we have a fraction here, then we put a times, right? Now we can't do that because we do not know what this is. So we just leave it. But according to your question, I know that after that he had 1/5 of the books left. So this is a important information. That means this one is equals to the same as 1/5 of the total. Now, as I mentioned before, in the topic on equal fractions, if two fractions are equal, we compare the top number. Now the top number for this fraction is 1, and the top number for this fraction is also 1. Yes, that means the bottom number which is 5 the bottom number this bottom number is 5. This 5 is the 5 units, and this is actually your total number of storybooks, which means you can easily write this thing down as 5 units. Can you see this 5 goes to here? Okay, let me maybe probably shift this thing a little bit down. Yes, this is 5 units. Use a different color. We use red. Yeah, because this 5 unit goes to here. Okay, I can't change the color, but never mind. This 5 goes to here. Okay? What about this 4 that you see here? Now, these 4 units that you see here actually goes to your remainder, which is here. Right, so this 4 goes to your remainder. This 5 that you see here goes to the storybook. So if this is 5, this is 4, what should be here? This will therefore be 5 units minus equals to 1 unit. So by number bonds, we know that this is 1 unit. Hey, do you see the beauty of the branch method? The 5 goes to here and the 4 goes to here. Why? Because the top number of these two fractions is the same. That means if this is 5, this is 4, What does number bond tell us? This has got to be 5 minus 4 equals to 1, which means now very easily I know 1 unit will be 114. He had 5 units in the beginning, so that will be 114 times 5, which gives you 570, and that is the total number of books he have at first. Let me go through with you one more time again. Kelvin sold 114 storybooks on Monday and 3/4 of the remainder on Tuesday. Remainder, branch method. So let's write. Storybooks is what he's selling. 114 on Monday. This is not a fraction. This is not a fraction. So we cannot form another fraction here. So what happens if we are not given a fraction at the beginning? We just write the word remainder here. Now we know that 3/4 of the remainder was sold on Tuesday according to your question. So if this is 3/4, this definitely has got to be 1/4, because these two now can add up to 1 whole. I have a fraction here, so I know this one will be 1/4. Now what else do we know? We don't have a fraction here, so I can't put a times symbol here. See where I'm pointing to? Yeah, I can't put a times symbol here, or I can't put a times symbol here. So what do I do then? Just leave it. Let's see whether is there any other information we can make use of. We know that he had 1/5 of the total books left. It means out of the total amount, he had 1/5. Now this 1/5 and this 1/4 are equal fractions. What do we know about equal fractions? The top number must be the same. The top number must be the same. Now the top number here is 1. The top number here is also 1. Since both of them are the same, the bottom number of this is 1/5 of the total. So this 5 is actually the total number of storybooks she had at first. This 4 is the remainder. So if the remainder is 4 units, this is 5 units, this will be 5 minus 4 equals to 1 unit. So this is by number bond, and I know that this 1 unit must be 114. So 1 unit 114, total number of storybooks 5 units 570. Alright, I hope this video helped. Thank you very much.